Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, and
Okay.
we are live, and we're having fun here. We're going to do a Google Hangout, and this is called Nail It in 90. And Kim and I are going to give you guys some great information on a program that we've put together, especially for all of our friends, colleagues, students, clients, and everyone around the world. So very quickly, I'm going to introduce myself. In case you have not heard me before or seen me or anything like that, my name is Kieron Sweeney. I'm an international public speaker, a trainer. I teach live seminars in the personal development and the business success training industry. I also teach courses online. I have a course called Nutrition for the Mind, where we work with mindset mastery skills to really fine-tune your mindset so that you have the success, the great relationships you want, and everything that you want to manifest in your life. I also teach a lot of online training in the technical area now in terms of helping my clients create and publish and monetize digital magazines. And we have a course where we train you how to do that, upload it on Apple Newsstand, Google Play, and Amazon Kindle so that you can elevate your level of credibility as an entrepreneur or an expert in your field, or also just monetize a passion. Have a business where you can actually use a digital magazine as a vehicle to monetize your passion. But what Kim and I are really passionate about is we've been in the personal development, personal growth arena for many, many years. Myself personally, as a student and as a professional, over 30 years now. And Kim has also been in it for a long time. So she's going to tell you about her background very quickly, and then we'll get on to talking a little bit about what Nail It in 90 is all about. So go ahead, Kim.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kim Johnson, as Kieron said, and I have been in the personal development industry for about 18 years now. As a student, as a facilitator, as a coach, as people who help you learn to firewalk and do all that fun stuff, and as Kieron knows, just basically been there as somebody who took it on as a personal mission and then decided to take myself and help myself first and then elevate everybody else. So that's kind of how I went through the process. I worked with some of the really big names in the industry, and very happy and proud to say that they have really shifted my life, and now it's our time to turn around and give back and do some great things for some people out in our world.
Yeah, well, you mentioned we've worked with some big names. We've been fortunate. Myself, I've worked with Bob Proctor, Jack Canfield, and many other great speakers and trainers around the world. Some are well known, some are not so well known. This industry has a lot of really great dynamic people who love to just share their wisdom and help motivate people and take them to different levels. And you're one of the people who's kind of in the background as one of the coaches. And if you're not familiar with Kim and I working together, Kim used to actually support my room when I was on stage. She'd be at the back of the room, and whenever she was in the room, my productivity went up 30% because she's very good at helping people see how they can get from their current reality, their present state, where their life is right now, and actually get to where you want to go, your desired state, the goals, the dreams, the ambitions you want to accomplish in your life. Maybe, Kim, just share a couple of real-life stories of some people that you've helped, and talk about what your skill sets are and how you and I are coming together and making this happen for a lot of people. We'll tell you about the program in a minute. It's called Nail It in 90. But first of all, I want you to get to know us a little bit, so then you can reach out and contact us. So go ahead, Kim.
Sure. So I think always I like to use myself as the first example because I know myself the most, that I can answer that. And one of the things that really drives me is to make sure that if I'm going to coach people, I have to be very authentic and I have to live what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's just not useful. I don't think you can have a coach that's not living what they're teaching. Otherwise, the incongruency just seeps out of them and you know it. And then you end up not being productive because you know they're not being productive. So I push myself very hard pretty much all the time, and one of the things that Kieron gets a kick out of is that last June we went on vacation and decided, you know what, we just didn't like living in Rhode Island anymore. Sure, Rhode Island's a wonderful place. I grew up there, but it was too cold, and I was pretty much over it. And there was just an opportunity to move and do something different. So we went away. We came to Charleston. I literally sat and Googled what's the happiest place to live in the U.S., and Charleston came up. And we came on vacation. And I said to my husband while we were here, why don't we just move here? And he's like, when? And I'm like now. Why don't we just move now? And he's like, well, Luke, my son, Luke, has to start school, and they start really early here. So how are we going to do this? And 6 weeks later, we had our house rented. We had a house rented here. We arrived here with all of our stuff and our dogs and our kids, and everything was here, and we were ready to rock and roll by August 15th. And in the process of doing that, I actually wrote the book, Nail It in 90, which is...
Hey, hold that up again. Hold it up again.
Which is very funny, right? So here's my Nail It in 90 book. And while I was terrified driving a truck, we were clearly not qualified to drive, I did it in the truck. I was writing while we were driving. My husband's driving this massive 26-foot truck, and I'm writing away, and got the book done, and it came out in September. So that's one of the things that I think is most impressive to my clients is I don't just tell them, hey, go write your book. I say, hey, I have a book, and this is how I did it. So don't tell me it can't be done, because I know it can be done. Just put your story aside, and let's work piece by piece, inch by inch to get it done for you. And that's kind of, and I've had clients with big successes all over where they've opened stores, they've shifted their whole personal life around. It doesn't matter what it is. I've got people who have been in the film industry that I work with, all the way down to a local guy who owns a store, and it doesn't matter to me. I don't care what your story is. I just want to know what that outcome is and what we need to do to get you where you want to go. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah, and you know, it's good that you mentioned that, you know, there's a lot of areas that different people want to have success in, want to achieve things in, and you know, you wrote a book in 90 days, you have accomplished a lot of other projects in 90 days, and what you're really good at is helping people accomplish whatever they want, you know, improve a relationship or start a business, or to just take a project that's part of a business and get that project off the ground, or lose weight, get in shape, you name it. You pick the project, we put it into a context and a time frame of 90 days, marry that up with a curriculum where we work with you on a daily basis and a weekly basis. And when I say daily, we have an online community, a private community that you will be given access to, and on a weekly basis we'll be working with you like this, where you can see us and we can actually interact with you. So Kim, a little bit more. What can they expect? What's the outcome? What can they expect to achieve? And by the way, folks, we're going to tell you about this program very shortly. Before Kim comes back, I just want to say that this is about being accessible and being affordable. This is not a coaching program that's going to cost you thousands of dollars. In fact, it's ridiculous how little.
Exact opposite of that. And it's the exact opposite of that on purpose, right? Like we did this on purpose. We're not crazy, and we're not trying to upsell you like crazy. Both of us really are committed to making sure as many people can reach this as possible, because we've seen so many people in our industry who say, I can't be a part of this, I don't have this. So we were, well, what would happen if we did this? And that's how this whole thing was kind of born. And I think that what you can expect is this from me, and Kieron as well, but from my perspective, the most important thing for someone to be successful is you have to have connection and you have to have accountability. So when you join us, having connection to me means you're in this private community and you want to ask an idea. You say, what do you think of this? And you type that into the little chat boxes, and you're going to have access to Kieron and I, where we're both like, all right, and you might get differing opinions because we're different people. He might say, all right, from a money perspective, this is da-da-da, and I might say, okay, from a creative perspective, it's great, but you're going to have that bounce back. You're going to have instant access to our creative sides and our knowledge sides, as well as accountability. You know, you're going to set your accountability up, and you're going to have people there that say, okay, you said you were going to do this. Where is it? Why isn't it done? Or, congratulations, you did it. Now let's move to the next step. So every week, we're going to have that class that's targeted on a specific subject that allows you to know, okay, we're going to do this week, and this week, and this week, and we're going to answer open questions. So it's not like we're hiding behind the veil of, oh yes, this should work great, go off and do it yourself. No, if you run into a real world problem that says, listen, I have this happening, how do I get around it? You have two minds working with you saying, okay, great, this is how you're going to do it. And I think that's the essence of success in this program, is access and creativity and accountability from us to them.
Yeah, and everyone needs a coach, and I have to credit all my success to coaches. I worked very closely with Bob Proctor for years, and also with his wife Linda Proctor. She was my coach and mentor in a business. And I've worked with Jack Canfield, a gentleman by the name of Dan Kennedy in Toronto, who's a strategic coach, and just so many great minds and mentors. And actually, the guy that helped me become a good speaker. A friend of mine, Doug Nelson, helped me become a great speaker. So it's being able to hire and contract really good people to help you. Now, I've paid, literally thousands and thousands, I'm not kidding, probably $50,000+ in coaches in my career. And I'm grateful for it because I earned it back multiple times. But without the coach, and you talked about accountability, I was always fearful of being held accountable. Because I didn't want to do things according to somebody else's schedule or have to be accountable to somebody, so I kind of just did things and they kind of got done and maybe they didn't get done. And I started to realize, these are all just excuses and stories that I'm creating for not doing something. And there's a time when I was a procrastinator. Maybe you're a procrastinator, or maybe you just don't have a lot of belief in yourself. There's a time when I didn't believe in myself. Now I'm an international speaker and I'm coaching this material. So we can all overcome these challenges, these obstacles, these hurdles that we face in life. And you know what? You mentioned it. Kim, a challenge will come up. It's going to come up. We all know that. Everybody knows that. You're going to have a hurdle, and it's either going to take you out or it's going to push you higher. And that's really what it's all about. So, so we're here to help you. So being held accountable it's like saying, we're not just going to be your friend, we're going to be your best friend, because best friends help each other. And I say best friend in the context of working with you as colleagues, as your advisors, and also the other people in the group. You'll develop relationships with people who may be able to help you and assist you in other ways as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think it's really important to recognize that because both of us work in such mindset, I mean, as you talked about mentors, and one of my mentors, as you know, is Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins. I've spent a majority of my career working with them, for them, in some way, shape, or fashion. And to me, there's nobody that will hold you more accountable than somebody like that, who has that level of distinctions. And the two of us, both Kieron and I, believe in that level of accountability, where it's like, you have to step up. You have to hold yourself there. So just know that behind the scenes we are doing this. Like, for instance, we've driven, we've been doing this getting prepped for this stuff for a while, and we've pushed each other back and forth trying to get it done the right way. We keep doing it, right, to make sure that we get it the way we want it to be. And that's
how many times have we recorded this webinar?
Let me see. I think this is number 5. Maybe this is number 5. We had some technical challenges, but that's okay. We just kept laughing about it, and it was like, okay. Whereas I could easily have seen other people having meltdowns. It's like, awesome, another chance to do it and get it right? So it's all good. It's all good. In fact, today we started.
It's getting better. It's getting better every time.
It was light when we started. See, and now it's dark. Now it's dark outside, right? It was nice and bright and sunny today, and now it's really dark. But that's okay. That's part of what we do. So as much as we do it for you, we do it for ourselves first. And we know what that path looks like, and we push ourselves. And, I mean, I joke around about it, and I say this all the time, but I think one of my best visuals on this is I keep a picture of Yoda, I keep a statue of Yoda right on my desk, one of the best coaches of all time. And it reminds me, step up. There is no trying. There's either you're doing or you're not doing. So that's what I live for.
Awesome. Let's quickly talk about a concept that's used a lot by a lot of seminar trainers, about getting from your present state to your desired state. Everybody right now is in a present state, that your present reality, whatever's going on in your life right now is what's happening in your life. And everything that's happening right now has been created based on previous decisions and everything that's going on in your life. But we want to get to this, the desired state. We all have goals, we have dreams, we have ambitions. So, you know, I had a goal when I was 31. I wrote down a piece of paper that I was going to have a certain net worth by the time I was 40 years old. And you know what? I did it because I stuck with a plan. And I read a lot of great books, including Wallace Wattles' book, The Science of Getting Rich, and how rich and successful people do certain things in a certain way. And one of my mentors, Doug, who worked with me for years, he said to me, you know, he's always done certain things in a certain way, but he's done them consistently over and over and over again. And you know, it's so important to have a system to get you to where you want to go. Part of the system is to have, you know, coaching and accountability and being held to a standard so that you do achieve the success. Because getting to a desired state, it's either going to be a fantasy or it's going to be a reality. And it's up to us to make sure that we make it a reality and it's not just a fantasy. Because a lot of dreams are just fantasies. A lot of goals are fantasies. You know, New Year's resolutions usually burn out before February 1st. You know, I mean, think about it. What have you achieved everything you said you would on New Year's Eve? I mean, let's really get real. So it's important that we stay focused on what this is. So getting to that desired reality. You know, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What's it sound like? Getting in touch with the emotions around it and then making it happen. I can teach you how to do that as part of the coaching as well. But most importantly, Kim, she's a master at helping people stay true to their words, stay true to their plans and their goals. So we're going to help you get to your desired reality. Now, everything takes time. That's why we do it in 90-day chunks, because you do it in 90 days, and then after you finish our 90-day program, you'll be able to do it by yourself if you choose. And you'll have the tools, you'll have the template, you'll have everything you need to do it by yourself. However, if you want to continue on, you're welcome to do that as well, because, hey, why not be pushed to the next level? But you're going to be totally after 90 days. Now, let's talk about how they find this out, Kim. All they have to do is go to nailitin90.com/store. Now look at this. This is crazy. $199. That's all it's going to be. It's $199. Why are we doing this? Because we can reach a lot of people. We don't need to make it expensive. We don't need to pay joint venture partners or anything. And you know, this is about viral growth and getting it out there through our contacts and through referrals. And then people can have access to this amazing program and, you know, your book and my book, and have access to this amazing program so that they can have success. And we're going to start it on March 12th. And we're going to email you the time that works best for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And one of the things I'll say is this. Keep in mind, this is 13 weeks. It's 90 days. You've got 13 live calls that you can call into that will have training and then question and answer. But you're going to have the daily. You're going to have the daily chat area where you're going to be able to have access to asking questions and getting answers. And honestly, this is not from other people. I do not have an assistant who sits and answers and makes things up. He does not have an assistant that answers emails for him. You know, this is all about this particular thing happening this way, us doing it, making sure our clients get there.
You're getting us.
Yes, that's the point. And making sure, you know, this is stuff that private clients pay an awful lot of attention for. They pay a lot of money and they pay a lot to get our attention. And we decided to do it this way so we can reach more people and make more things happen for everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, and you want to show the book again, because they're going to get the book?
Yes, you're going to get a digital copy of this when you enroll. And this happens to be the single version, but as of this weekend, we will have one that has Kieron's book in the back of it that you'll be getting, which is Life's Golden Buckets. And that will come as part of it as a digital download as well. So you'll get that right away and you can get started. And again, this is a workbook. When you print it out, you'll have an actual workbook to capture everything in. So we would suggest that you do that. You capture everything in it day by day.
Yeah, so you're going to get Nail It at 90 and Life's Golden Buckets, which is a system to help you create financial success. And you'll get that as well. And you're just going to get an awesome program. So here it is again. It's nailitIn90.com/store, nailitIn90.com/store, and it's $199. It starts March 12th. That'll be the first round, and we'll tell you the time as soon as we see you register.
Yes,
so
and everything will be recorded too, so there will be replays for them to listen to. If you do miss the live version of it, you will be allowed to get in and get access to the call itself.
Yeah, if it doesn't work on your time zone, you know, you can access it. So you know, it's not about everything being perfect and working according to what works in your schedule. It's about you finding a way to make it work in your schedule, whether that's a live or whether it's a recorded one, or maybe you're able to attend some of them live, some of them recorded. It's up to you, but the point is the content is what's important. The content, the material, and look, it's just going to get you to another level. All I can say is you don't know until you give it a go. So you can't lose on $199. It's probably the least expensive seminar you're ever going to do, but you're gonna get, you know, we over deliver, and we just you know, are so committed to helping people achieve their goals and dreams. And again, why is it so inexpensive? It's because we can reach a lot of people all over the world, and you know, this is being promoted in Asia, it's being promoted in South Africa, in Europe, all over North America. So, you know, you're going to meet some cool people, and hey, who knows, maybe we'll create an amazing community of, you know, success stories of people from all over the world, and then you guys can all just link and connect together and see how you can help each other. So, great. It's great way to build a community.
That's right. So
Awesome.
we hope you join us and look forward to meeting you when we start, and thank you for letting us share our time with you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Kim. Everyone have an awesome day wherever you are, and we look forward to seeing you on Nail It in 90. So that's nailitin90.com/store. $199 starts March 12th. We're so excited. Be there. Can't wait to see you, and thank you for being here.